Warning, the following audio transmission will forever change your outlook on society. You will no longer believe the narrative. You are about to wake up and see things for what they really are. News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.
Good morning to all you beautiful people out there. Happy Tuesday to you. This is Producer Scooter. And once again, we find ourselves Jesterless. Now, since I hold the keys to the kingdom, I'm going to take you on a trip in the Wayback Machine. We're going to go back and revisit some of the segments of some of the shows that I find most enjoyable. So sit back, relax, enjoy your coffee on this beautiful Tuesday morning. If you have any comments or complaints or constructive criticism, be sure to send those to doomdailyshow@gmail.com. Or better than that, visit Jester's website at jestersvoice.com and leave a little voice message letting him know exactly how you feel. Now let's get on with the show.
So a side note, and something I'm not really going to tear into, but I did see in the news today that protesters, the Free Palestine protesters, shut down the San Francisco Bridge, the Golden Gate Bridge. Yes, Golden Gate Bridge. I think it's funny how if there's a protest that, stops commerce or, destroys buildings or causes chaos and people get injured and things get burnt to the ground or people take over entire cities and people die within them and they don't allow emergency services in, all that's okay and you won't be charged for it as long as it fits the narrative, because that's what it's about. Are you protesting for us or against us? Oh, it's for us? Okay, cool. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up, I'm not going to dive into all these different things in regards to what Trump is on trial for, because frankly, it's just too much to keep up with. I don't even want to read into it all. I don't want to try to keep up with it. It is nonsense. So I'm neither left nor right, all right? But I look at it like this. I believe to the center of my core that Trump is a plant. He is in there for a good show. He is in there to keep you glued to the TV. He is in there to make the American people think that the system actually works and it's doing something, because the elites and the people that run the world over top of the U.S. president, the people that are behind the scenes drawing the curtain back and forth, letting you see the things they want you to see or take away the things they don't want you to know about or decide what gets put in the media and what doesn't get put in the media. These people, this like deep state type stuff. I do feel that they are in direct contact with him and he knows the game plan and he's just rolling right along with it. I think every part of this has been pre-planned and they know exactly what they're doing. And I'm not... Right now, how glued to social media is everybody? How much are people utilizing social media? You guys got to think about this for a second. You turn on that TV to find out what's going on. They're getting ratings. You're sharing stuff back and forth on social media, boosting algorithms and staying on there glued to find out what's going on, following certain people. This helps them generate ad revenue, okay? So by you being sucked in and glued to this nonsense, they effectively make money. And that's what it's about. How can we make money off the American people? Well, let's give them a freaking show. Because that's what this is. After all, you're making decisions on, we'll charge Trump with this, but not Biden with this because he's old. We're going to keep the January 6th protesters in there, but you know what? Let's not do anything about the BLM protesters or the CHOP zone. Or no. We're not going to do that. We won't. And people would have you think like, this is a left and right issue. It's amazing what the left gets away with. It's amazing how they prosecute the right and blah, blah, blah. But here's the reality. Both sides are manipulated. That's it. It's a game. It doesn't matter. It's making them money. They're making money off you buying into this nonsense. All right. And sadly, that's just all it is. This is a show. And I have people out there telling me, Dooms, you're wrong. That's not how it works. Like they tell me I can't believe, for myself, I can't think about that. I gotta believe that this is real. I gotta believe that, there is, left and right. And I gotta believe this. Yeah, because you were trained to. And they start this at a very young age with you. All right. So at a very young age, you go into school. And they teach you to conform. They teach you to stand in line. They teach you to raise your hand to talk. They teach you to raise your hand to go to the bathroom. They sit you in this eating cafeteria community where it's like everybody starts clicking together. Like you've got the preps here, the jocks here, the goth kids there, the geeky kids here, the science nerds there, the band dweebs over there. And they start segregating you, okay? And then it's like, okay, we're going to further this. So now we have 2 team captains. And you're going to pick your team, and you're going to pick your team, and you guys are going to do battle. And then as you get a little bit older, it's like, well, now you're into team sports. And it's all fun and good and awesome. Then you get into junior high and high school, and then you start learning about rivals. And then you get into college, you learn about college rivals. And then you get into the real world, and you learn about NHL rivals, NFL rivals, basketball rivals. Like everybody has a rival team. And you were trained to hate them for no reason. You were trained to hate that team. I grew up as a Steelers fan. I'm in a bar one day in Florida watching the Browns play the Steelers. I got a Steelers jersey on. I go outside. I still smoked at the time. There's this Browns fan that comes out. When I walk outside, light up a cigarette, I'm out there smoking. This Brown fan comes out. He says, "Can't you just give us fucking one? Just let us win fucking one, you assholes." Like, starts getting in my face. I'm like, I don't know you, dude. Don't talk to me. Talk to your coach. Like, what do you want me to tell you? I am a fan. I don't get into the rival bullshit. I don't care who they're playing. I just want to see my team perform well, and I want to see them win. And I want to hope that they get to the playoffs, because, man, if they made it to the Super Bowl, holy crap, that hasn't happened in years, and I would love to see that. That's it. And then it got to the point after that where I didn't even watch the games anymore unless we were in the playoffs. Now, I don't watch at all. I don't care, because I finally figured out what this all is. I finally figured it all out. So if you're Democrat or Republican, guess what? You've bought into the rival nonsense. That's what you bought into. No countries worship politicians like we do. You guys know that's just like a U.S. kind of thing, right? You guys realize that? You don't go to other countries and see Trump stickers or Biden stickers on cars. That's not a thing. That is a here in the U.S. thing. That is nowhere else, okay? It's not. And we will go out and spend money and stimulate the economy on what idiot we want to see in the White House, or what idiot we want to see on TV. That's what we do. And it is crazy to me that people are still buying into this nonsense, because it doesn't matter who gets in there, guys. It really doesn't. There's people behind the scenes pulling strings, making decisions. That man is just a face for the bullshit you are about to witness. But that's all.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be right back after these messages.
Need a break from reality? Well, sometimes I do too. And the place I go to take that break is the Beans and Weenie Show. You can find the link at linktree.com/BWD crew. The Beans and Weenie Show, where chaos and common sense wage war and you get a front row seat.
And welcome back. This is Producer Scooter. You have found the Doom Daily Show. Don't be alarmed. Jester is just not with us today. He will be back in the future at some point, hopefully. I'm taking you on a guided tour of some of our archived segments. Now, this is not a typical Doom Daily segment next, but I definitely want you to have the chance to hear it. This is from the It's Doomsday podcast, which you can find at Spotify under It's Doomsday Podcast. This is a conversation between Jester and his co-host, Local Prepper. So let's just listen in and see what they have to say.
So what do you know about the war in Iran?
Well, let's see. 47 years of attack on America. Just blowing stuff up. I think I know a lot about it. I ask me a more pointed question. I know a lot about it.
What caused the war?
Them trying to kill Americans all the time. That's really what it comes down to. I mean, that's going to be the America's geopolitical reference. They're going to say things like, oh, they had nuclear weapons. They were 10 seconds away from nuclear weapons. And, you know, the proof's in the pudding. And then people are going to scream bloody murder about, we heard this about Iraq. And, you know, everybody's got a lot of different opinions. What I can tell you is that, you know, I spent a lot of time on the internet, and I see a lot of fake news coming out of Iran. I mean, the newest one I saw was a picture of an aircraft carrier that was on fire. And, the Iranians were claiming that they struck an aircraft carrier. And then you look at the picture, that's not even what it is. It's actually an LHA. It's an amphibious vessel that had a small fire on the top of it. They put it out with a helicopter, and it's just constant a constant misinformation campaign coming out of Iran. I really wish that CENTCOM and the Department of War would share more video with us. I think it would make the American public feel really, really good. They have been showing some things, some pretty interesting things, actually. But
okay, let me interject for a second.
Okay, time's up.
All right,
go ahead.
So, all right. When Russia and Ukraine started going at it, I got to see some really cool clips of the war floating around on social media.
Yeah.
Now, with this, I don't know what algorithm I stumbled into, but I am getting shit tons of content from Iran and the war. Like shit tons of video.
coming out of Iran?
I guess. I'm not sure where it's coming from, but it's just been, my feed has been nonstop with it. Like I've never seen just tons of missiles going off, tons of explosions, tons of buildings being demolished. It's like my primary algorithm has been clogged up with this.
Yeah, there is more Arab speaking language text in my in my stream than ever before.
Really?
It's, they're absolutely flooding X, absolutely flooding Facebook, and just saying the most outlandish things. It doesn't really do them. I think they're pandering to their base in America to try and create something here, but it's not really sticking because it's. I love they love to use a like simulation, like video games. And show like drones flying into the ships. And then when you see the ship, it's like a battleship from the World War II. Airplanes flying, like 6 or 7 airplanes flying one at a time out of a tunnel, I actually saw a B-2 fly out of a tunnel after it kind of like the wing caught the edge and then it just kind of bent its way out and then shot straight up into the sky. It's actually kind of pathetic from an American standard. It's pathetic.
Now, okay, so I want to circle back to a question I had in the beginning. I asked what causes the war, right?
Yeah.
I wanted to tell you what I know, what I've been informed of, and you tell me if like it's just way off base or if it's kind of factual or whatever.
Okay.
All right. So when we ripped that guy out of Venezuela, okay, we also took control over the petroleum that's in that country. For the most part.
Yeah.
Okay, so all right. Now, come to find out that they were supplying China with some of their oil that was going out of there. I forget what percentage of it, but it was a pretty high percent, is what I was informed of.
Okay, yeah, they've been known as selling oil to China.
Okay, so once we got that guy out of there and got him up to New York to face prosecution, we took control of the oil, and then the next so we basically gave China the shaft and said, no, this is ours now, or you're not getting all of it, or whatever. Okay, so they knew the next target for fuel was going to be Iran. Iran's like the 3rd largest producer of petroleum in the world, right? And a bulk majority of their oil gets sent to China. All right. So I was kind of more or less informed that because Iran wasn't playing ball with this whole nuclear accord, okay, like not having nuclear weapons, we don't want you to have them. They're like, no, fuck you. We're going to do what we want.
Yeah.
Basically, we decided to step in, not just because of that, but also because of the oil. Because now we can gain control of that. And to kind of solidify that point, Trump did just offer up military escort for fuel tankers. So could that be, I mean, does that sound plausible? Does that sound on point? What do you think?
Yeah. This reminds me of, like in Star Trek where they got like that 3-level chess game, that 3D chess game.
I didn't watch Star Trek.
Well, the listeners have. The listeners have. But and so they're going to know what I'm talking about. But this sounds like somebody who's reasonably intelligent, but spends a lot of time drinking Pabst Blue Ribbon or malt liquor while they try to play 3D chess or chess. You know, there's some geopolitical things that move like that. It's very logical to think that way. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I'm surprised you didn't say anything about Cuba, but
I haven't followed enough of what's going on down there to have an educated thought on it, you know?
Yeah. Well, then you've okay. So we won't talk about Cuba. That's cool.
Okay, we'll talk about Cuba next week. But right now, I don't want to talk about Cuba.
Well, let me throw this at you, and then we won't talk about Cuba anymore. So the compound that Maduro was in that was so heavily guarded, it was all guarded by Cuban guards. So once again, we're playing 3D chess, right? So they're all interconnected in some way, shape of at the axis of evil. You know, George Bush 1 would have probably called this. I would be cautious with the numbers that get thrown out because only 20% of the world's oil comes out of the Gulf region.
Okay,
so use that number as a starting point for establishing common sense. The straits are technically closed right now. I just got done looking at one of the online websites you can go to track ships. It's closed. It was open yesterday. As far as the U.S. offering escorts, they are offering escorts. But I also think that there's going to be a lot of coordination that has to take place, which is why nothing is moving. Everybody's anchored off on either the bottom on the west part of the U or the east part of the U. The Straits of Hormuz kind of is like almost more like an N than a U. It's like this. It's N shaped, like tiny, small N shaped. But I would. The level of uranium enrichment was way too high. They only need 19 to 22% to create nuclear power. They literally came to the negotiating table and said, "This is what we have. This is what we're doing with it. You can't stop us. Let's negotiate." This is, I hate to say this, and I'm probably going to make some people very mad.
Now, if you'd like to hear more of the It's Doomsday podcast with Jester Dooms and Local Prepper, be sure to visit Spotify, search for It's Doomsday Podcast, or a better place that you can find it is on Jester's website. That's jestersvoice.com. Scroll down, find the It's Doomsday podcast, and you can play it straight from the website. If you want to look for it in other places, you can also go to linktree.com/JesterDooms. And it'll show you all the places that you can listen to It's Doomsday Podcast, Doom Daily Show, and everything else that Jester has his little sausage fingers into. And with that, we'll be right back after this short break.
Jester from It's Doomsday Podcast and the Doom Daily Show here. Do you ever find yourself overloaded with way too much information? Too many logins, too many passwords, too many websites for stuff you like? Yeah, I'm the same way. You don't have to worry about that with the Doom Daily Show and It's Doomsday Podcast. Let's make it simple. Just visit linktree.com/JesterDooms. Add it to your bookmarks. That way, when you need to find the right information, it's right there, under a tap of your finger or a click of your mouse. Go to linktree.com/JesterDooms. Get it, got it, done. Remember, no one has all the answers, but this will provide you with a place to start. linktree.com/JesterDooms. And now, on with the conversation. And here's Jester.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Doom Daily Show. I noticed you hadn't shared the show yet, so you should probably get on top of that before we continue. I'll wait. As always, the email, doomdailyshow@gmail.com. Find me everywhere on social media, including Snapchat, @JesterDooms. Add me on there. I respond. I do. It's crazy, right? It's like I have no fucking life. Anyway, moving on. So, it's amazing to me when you missay something in a video, how popular it'll become on the internet. like when you like just say something a little bit fucked up. So my in-laws are in town, and I got a video that's going very good right now on social media because I said my in-laws brought me Bulgarian feta, right? Okay. There's people losing their fucking minds in the comment section because I said Bulgarian feta. It's actually Bulgarian white cheese is what it is. That's what it's labeled as. But it's a cheese, it's a Bulgarian cheese that is like identical to feta, right? And is sold at a lot of butcher shops in towns as feta. I used to go to this one butcher shop when I lived in Florida. Got this old Greek guy in there, and he's, he always gave me the best cuts of meat, and he would like tell me these like different recipes, and like he got me to do some really cool shit, like things that I was like skeptical of. And one of those things that sticks out in my mind is he had me liquefy onion, like liquefy it, puree it down to nothing, to where it was just liquid, and marinate my lamb in that. And holy shit, if that wasn't fantastic and phenomenal. So like now, like when I make lamb, I got to think to myself, I got to make sure I have enough onions. I have to marinate some meat in the onion juice because it makes it so much better. Anyway, so I would go in there and he'd be like, do you want some feta while you were here? And I'd say, what kind of feta? He says, I got this, I got the Bulgarian, I have all these different types of feta. Which one would you like? So that's where it's stuck at, and it's always stuck. And I said this in the video, like, oh yeah, they brought me Bulgarian feta. And people are losing their mind. And the funny thing is, their shitty comments about me saying Bulgarian feta are making the video do well because they're interacting with it. Now, that's what brings something up for me. Or that's what brings me into this topic, is this idea of what's going viral right now online. Now, we talked about the dangers of AI on the show numerous times. We're like 90 episodes in. We've talked about AI enough. But a lot of the videos I'm seeing now that are going viral are these Bigfoot Yeti videos where it's the Bigfoot and the Yeti and they're running around doing coke and eating shrooms and drinking beers and taking Zen pouches and like all this shit, right? They're just bouncing all around being fucktards. And these videos are all created and generated using AI, okay? Now, is somebody who... I don't know what level of social media creator you would consider me, because I'm not like some viral, well-known person, but I do create, and I have got millions of views on videos, and, I do things. I do things. So what I think is very interesting is there's creators using AI, and the AI is now stealing views from actual real-life creators. Nobody saw that coming, did they? No. So it put it into a perspective for me. If the government wanted to send a message to the people through subliminal messaging, and they wanted to use social media to do it, they could generate whatever AI video that they want. Like, it's absolutely insane where the AI is going with this artificial video generation. Like, I'll dick around with the AI and the Grok and the Chat GPT, and I'll fuck around with that stuff, but there's creators out there that are making like super good quality videos. And I mean, you could tell this shit is AI. For now, what happens when you can't? Okay, what happens when you can't tell it's a fake video anymore? What happens when you can't tell it's AI? Because it's getting better. Scary quick. Like, it is moving quickly. So, we're all up in arms right now about potential war with Iran, and we're still worried about Russia and Ukraine and the talks of things happening with China, and it just never ends. But what happens when somebody takes that AI too far and they plug something in and it goes viral and people think it's real and the whole country's turned on its head? That's what I see coming. That's what I see happening. And when you see these videos, it's really hard to fathom that these are just kind of magically generated. I mean, it really is. I'm not saying this is happening tomorrow. I'm not saying that you got to unplug your phone right now and you got to go away and you got to stop scrolling and stuff like that. But just if it's not coming, and I hate to say this because this is like not a thing, but if it's not coming from a credible news source, don't fucking believe the shit you're seeing. Because there is so much fake AI stuff right now, it's unreal. Like, you can have an AI girlfriend now, and she'll like send you nudes and shit. Like, it's getting deeper, okay? And what it's doing is it's desocializing Americans at a rapid fucking rate. It's amazing to me. Anyway.
That's it. Thank you, everybody, for listening to the show. If you guys would like, share, and subscribe. Producer Scooter, thank you for everything that you do, and we will be back here again tomorrow for another exciting episode of the Doom Daily Show. Have a great day, everybody.
News, facts, and opinions. This is the Doom Daily Show.